Hello folks, Raymond Bell here with O.A.T.S. What we're about to show you by video that was filmed live at Virginia Tech is what is known in the equine world as integrating horses. We film it and show it as well as do it live at various functions, schools, and other locations by request to demonstrate the dramatic effects of bullying in our society. What you're seeing now is two horses that are arriving in the ring. The lead one is Apache, that's the paint, and the second one will be Cassius. Now in the ring is the alpha, and he's right there at the gate. Anytime a newcomer comes into the herd, the alpha is there to check it out. Now they're going to move him off so that we can safely get in without any kind of an altercation occurring. And then you're going to immediately see the alpha is going to attempt to stay between those horses and the other herd in order to give his approval. Some of this will be silent as we wait for the responses. They are smelling each other and getting acquainted. Behind that one horse, as you just saw that altercation, is one of the other herd who has decided, for reasons we don't know, not to really accept that member of the herd yet. Now the alpha is doubling back because the second horse is about to enter the ring, and he is also staying with the first horse in order to do his role of protecting the herd. And it's going to get real busy, and the camera is going to attempt to keep up with all this as we give you the narration. Now horses are simply introducing themselves to each other, moving around throughout the herd, stopping occasionally to find out who they like, who they dislike. That horse closest to us right now is a horse that was hurt and injured pretty severely when she came into the herd, and so you'll note she'll stay out of the process. Very indicative of people who get bullied in our society, whether in school or in work environments, and generally withdraw from social activity then after. The alpha there in the foreground is still attempting to run the other horses. This is a part of the normal process to become familiar with them and also to make sure that they understand he's in charge, and he is also functioning in the role of protecting the herd. These horses do know each other, so they're not totally strangers, but they have not been together for about a year and a half. You will also occasionally see a Palomino, blonde-colored horse with a white mane, and she tends to, there she is there, she tends to stay out of the process too because she is currently not being received too well by the herd in general. The herd being about 9 horses, all of them not at this event. So while we are not condoning to students or others that you should kick and bite, horses are horses and people are people. The point that we're going to make in this demonstration is that the horses are going to work it out. They generally work it out fairly quickly. Sometimes it can take up to 2 weeks, even to a month, to get fully integrated. But horses will not ostracize another horse. They will determine where the horse fits and allow it into the herd at some point, and will then work together as a herd to help protect each other. Horses are herd animals, and unlike many in our society, they are not pack animals, so they do not attempt to kill or maim, and they work together as a group, looking out for each other. There's that horse we remarked how she is basically staying out of the process. Alpha is still moving around, keeping an eye on the two newcomers. They are, of course, running around, playing. These are the youngest of the entire herd, so they have a lot of energy. And you will see very quickly here now, as the tensions begin to relax and people become familiar with each other, they will also then move toward playing, as horses of that age do like to do from time to time. You'll note the other horses are staying in pretty close proximity to the alpha because that's his job. It's not always a male that's an alpha. In fact, in the wild, it's always female. Here we have a horse rolling. This is an indication that this horse is now relaxed. It is now ready to find its place in the herd. It's comfortable. The alpha has kind of signed off. And so that was his indication to everybody, hey, I'm here. I'm just here to play and have a good time rolling in the dirt. We'll be looking for the second horse to do that at some point. He is still bouncing around, trying to determine where he best fits. Bullying in our society, while most associated to be part of the school system, is found in all environments, both corporate, small business, large business, church groups, youth groups, school settings, college campuses. In other words, bullying can be best described as an inability or an unwillingness for others to receive newcomers, and for newcomers to believe that they do not properly fit. Got a lot of activity now occurring in the ring. This is pretty standard procedure with horses. The Palomino there, as well as the other one we talked about, just trying to kind of stay out of the way and let those who want to work it out, work it out. If we had had a stallion in this mix, the stallion would be also running the horses as well, but for different reasons. The alpha in this particular herd is a gelding. He is also blind in his right eye. And you will see as we do the narration, periodically he will change roles, even with the newcomers. And that's kind of what he's doing now. He's starting to stand in the background to allow the other horses to associate, but also to keep an eye on the proceedings. In society, we might see this as a school teacher working with the students to help the newcomer, or a supervisor working behind the scenes to allow a new employee to get acquainted with everybody and to find where it is they can best work and serve. Now, the second horse that came in is pretty much now relaxed. Horses generally drop their head to simulate as if they're eating when they're relaxed. Meeting the Palomino now for the first time, muzzle to muzzle. Palomino having no visible result. Got a little bit of a kick there, so she's indicating I'm not ready to chat, just leave me alone. Perhaps I'm having a bad day. Of course, these are young horses, meaning the two newcomers, so they're not going to give up very easily. In their world, everybody's a friend, everybody's there to have fun, everybody's there to play. So they will, over a period of this day and into the coming weeks, learn who and when they can play with and when it is best to do that. The alpha is sensing that the Palomino is not willing to engage, and so is moving at least one of the horses off. Now he's going to get between them. There he goes. Showing him, look, Palomino told you she doesn't want to talk right now. Go on about your business. So now the alpha is playing a dual role. He's also protecting the two newcomers from any unnecessary biting or kicking that might occur. But he's definitely keeping them off of the Palomino at this point. And as young people often do, they just don't get the message very well. We're moving now into somewhat of a play type of atmosphere. We know this because the alpha is not really attempting to run interference between horses. He's simply following the process around, keeping an eye on things. As we mentioned before, the two newcomers are familiar with this particular alpha. It's been about a year and a half, and so they were play buddies who played quite a bit with each other. And so we are going to see some of that interaction as we move along